good things and you. Healthy in Utah.
Each week, Healthy in Utah brings you stories that help improve your lifestyle and your health. Healthy in Utah is all about supporting healthy choices and boosting Utah's economy. And it's for everyone who stands with Utah businesses. There's a couple things to talk about today that are really interesting having to do with the coronavirus. This one is, this woman wrote an article talking about the after effects of if you have had COVID-19. There really are some serious things that can come after it. This woman had it. She felt like there was an elephant on her chest. She recovers, and a couple weeks later, there's some things that happened to her. She went to this clinic and did some research too. There's people dealing with hair loss that we've heard about before. Another one of the things that's included prolonged loss of taste and smell. So that's one of the symptoms that some people have had. And for a lot of these people who have survived the coronavirus, it's still going on. They can't smell or taste.
Well, that's the interesting thing, right? You think you're recovered. You know, the Utah Health Department says you're survived, you're recovered, but then you have all of these other issues and symptoms, or they continue.
And we're still finding out more because it affects different people in different ways. Some people don't have any side effects after they're done. Other people have had mini strokes. There's new onset diabetes. So it can be really, really serious. Cardiovascular trouble, joint pain, rashes, muscle aches, dizziness, confusion, vision changes, and depression and anxiety were all a part of some of these people's recovery. And they're still dealing with it.
Yeah, and we're still learning so much about this virus that we don't know. We don't know how long prolonged. Is it a lifelong situation? We just don't have all of the answers yet.
I think that's what scares me the most. Not actually coronavirus, but what could happen to you after, because a lot of people are experiencing things that are very serious. So that it's just one of those things that she's saying, if you have these symptoms, you still need to go get treated for all of these things, even after you've had COVID-19.
Well, and a good reminder to continue that social distance. There's a reason why we keep pounding it in everyone to wear the mask, social distance, and be just really mindful for like all that contact tracing.
All right, speaking of masks, this is really interesting, and Saray and I were just talking about it during the break. There's something called face blindness, and it's an actual neurological disorder. It's prosopagnosia.
Yeah,
it refers to it's the inability to recognize faces, and people are saying, do I have this? Because in a mask, you can't really recognize someone's face nearly as well.
No way.
No.
I mean, you can't identify someone by just their mere eyes.
It can be really hard. So it actually affects more children than adults. And it's about 2% of people. It's not a lot. But you were saying that Brad Pitt
I had heard that a long time ago, and then I looked it up, and yes, he hasn't been officially diagnosed, but he has an issue of face recognition.
Well, they believe it's caused by abnormalities or impairment in the brain, specifically the right side of the brain that deals with memory. But it even is like in some people's families, like children can't recognize their family members. So, but the doctors are saying, you probably don't have this. It's just that it's really hard to recognize people with a mask on.
And you wonder if it is happening in little kids, is that 2% going to go up? Because
maybe
they're growing up without seeing half of the face of their friends.
It's hard to understand people too. Not only you don't know what they look like, but it's hard to understand, right? So doctors are saying be patient and don't think that you have this. It's just a really tough time right now. And maybe you could talk to your kids about it.
Yeah, it's so interesting. All right, up next, hear what you should be doing in your garden right now to prepare for fall.
Cabinets and mantle for Good Things Utah, provided by Maple Landing Custom Cabinets and Woodworking.